Wicked and Bad super secret location. But now the music's done and it is nearly time for fighting. What do you think of that, gents?
Up here a little bit because that was mine and my wife's first dance. It was a big moment. Listen, that's the first time I've heard him, first time I've heard A9 as well. Superb. Look, it's sort of, there's no audience here for them, but they brought it. You can see all the crew, all the stuff. You were dancing as well, so do not deny it.
Thankfully, the cameras were off for that. Let's get back to the action then. You don't need my dad dancing. These guys have got reps, and I don't want to ruin them. You've seen both guys up close. You've had some in the gym. You've had pads for others. What have your impressions been of the fighters, starting with Likkleman?
Well, starting with Likkleman, I'll start with how this fight may end. He can really punch. That right hand is like a dynamite, you know. And I think if his game plan's obviously put that on Salim's chin, and if he does, I felt it, you know. And I'm expecting that it could be a bad night for him after that.
And Salim?
Right, really, really technical. I was really impressed by his skill set. You know, he boxes from both sides. He can do southpaw orthodox, but he's got great head movement, puts together combinations, like really understands footwork and all that. I was very, very, very impressed by him, yeah.
Absolutely fascinated. It really is two completely different styles. No idea what to expect, but you have got the best seats in the house, so welcome wherever you're watching around the world. We've mentioned it a few times. You have been up close and personal, and you were at the weigh-in yesterday. So what were your impressions? What did you sort of learn? Anything new? Who got under whose skin?
Well, this was my first time meeting both of the athletes, and I got a feel of their energy, which is something which is very different between the two. You've got Salim here. He's very chilled. Listen, he epitomizes the French spirit. I know he's come from Algeria by way of France, but he's very relaxed. And you flip it on the other side, and you've got Likkleman. He has got a fierce energy. He brings it. He wants to impose it. And he did that yesterday in the weigh-ins. You'll see the push in a minute. It sent Salim flying.
If it wasn't for like Likkleman's energy, Salim is very, very, very similar. It's just that Likkleman takes over 25 notches every time. Like, honestly, like Salim is a very abrasive character. It's not as if he's like a flower in the background. Not at all. I just think that it supersedes with Likkleman's personality. It's massive, isn't it? It's huge.
That was that little kiss on the head there. We noticed that he was wearing protection because we always practice safe stuff here at Wicked and Bad. Both men have got themselves in tremendous shape for this as well.
Oh, well, let's talk about the preparation. I mentioned, of course, Salim spending 6 weeks in the gym, training under Elias Mahmoudi, who is a phenomenal fighter in his own right, and he's got a great gym. But then you look at the lifestyle change that Likkleman has had to make. He has switched his life completely. He has really dedicated himself to this. He's been training twice a day. The changes that people around him, people like Bouncer, have said that they've seen in him, not just physically but mentally, that shows where he is. And I think with the professional gym he's got around, he's been fighting out of Booth's fighting gym, they believe he's ready for this. They really do.
And what I understand about fighters is we're very routine, so if we're in a good routine, life goes well. What you got to understand is, obviously, Likkleman has his issues outside the ring. He has them historically. And, you know, just having like a goal and some routine, it just brings your life into order. A lot of my guys are of the same ilk, so once they're out of camp, out of fighting, that's where life gets really a little bit complicated and bad, because you don't really have a goal, sort of focal point, something to work towards. So that's when everything gets too crazy, you get too much time in hand. So he's really benefited of focusing on one thing in his life, and here we go.
Nearly.
We're almost there, squeaky bummer times, isn't it? Yeah.
Well, we've spent a lot of time talking about this, but now it is time to hear from the men themselves. Yesterday, Brian caught up with both contenders after the weigh-in.
Ça me fait tous les jours, every day, je reçois des messages de motivation. Je motive les gens parce qu'on est des gens différents. Moi, comme Likkleman, femme d'accueil, après je suis revenu à mes 17 ans
myself to be a proper fighter and do something successful. It's the longest I've stayed out of prison my whole life from the age of 13. I've been in and out of the system all my life. And right now, if it wasn't for bouncer, I'll be still on the road right now because I would have had nothing to come out to, you know what I mean? I'd come out to my gangs, violence, crime, and that's it. But right now, bouncer took me to the right path and look where I am now. It makes other people what are the same as me, what got country players here, think if he can do it, I can do it. So I'm making other little people come out of their shower, like if they achieve something in life and they never went for it before, before they never met me, they would have said, oh, I can do that now because if he can do it, it's the same size as me, you know what I'm saying? So now I've made them grow a better pair of balls and, you know, just put two and two together and get on with it, innit? I'm gonna smash his head in, mate. Just stay true, people, innit? 6 o'clock, you know what it is, innit? www.wickedandbad.co.uk, yeah? The best fight of the year, I'm telling you. I'm a different breed. Salim, just know what you're dealing with, yeah? In that ring, there's nowhere to run but that. Me and you. I'm ready.
Always great to hear from the men themselves. But speaking of the man, one of the integral parts of this entire promotion, I've got Bouncer here. I say welcome, but it should be you saying welcome to me, really. I'm very well. How are you?
I'm fine.
How do you feel? You've been here from the very beginning. We got Likkleman just to our left-hand side going through his final preparations.
Yep.
The night's finally here. How do you feel?
Wow, sleepless nights, hard work. I feel emotional, you know, like literally just putting everything together. My business. Team, yeah, at the start, obviously, there was just like a few issues, but the team just managed to work for us and get it together. And yeah, man, it's like, it hasn't hit yet, you know what I mean?
Well, we've got great news because
It was all coming together. Do you at any point think it was going to look like this? It was all going to come together. Having put events together myself, I know how stressful it is, mate. So respect, but do you ever think you're going to get to this point?
Never. When I saw it yesterday and saw it today, I was like, wow. When I saw it today, like, I just couldn't believe it. Like, I literally still can't believe, like, what we put together and the team.
You're going to give yourself a chance to enjoy it, or you got a little nerves of the little man? What's going on?
I'm enjoying it.
It's right,
maybe
mate.
like down the line, couple weeks, I'll be like, raw. But big shout out to my business partner, Albie, Shush Club. Yeah, man, literally from the start. He's been there from the start, from when I was in prison, done my first event. He gave me his venue for free. So, yeah, man.
Yeah, putting it together on the world stage, mate. Congratulations,
yeah.
Man. We're about to see the fruits of your labour out here.
Come on.
Well, let's talk about the two men that are going to be putting it together in that ring. Firstly, your relationship with Likkleman, it seems like you two are incredibly tight.
Yeah, man, that's my son. So he calls me Pops, that's my son. So, yeah, man, I love him, do you know what I mean? Whatever he's going through in life, no matter what, like, he's always got a room in my house, you hear me from?
And how have you seen him grow since you started this promotion?
Listen, he's done amazing. He went from going in and out of prison, coming out, and he's stayed out of prison, and he hasn't done no crime, and everyone loves him, man. Like, you can see, like, when I'm down, he's the guy that always makes me smile and laugh, and he took his training seriously. He's been training hard, and even when I've been training, it's me. Obviously, I'm a bit overweight. You get me? So, but he can go 20 rounds, he just don't stop. So, yeah, man, I'm proud of him.
So, Bouncer, how was the transformation from being like a jailhead to being a boxer? You know, it must have been quite a big one for you, you know, like being institutionalised to now being, like, disciplined enough to be a pro athlete, you know?
I feel like with Likkleman being institutionalised, it's like, once you go in and you keep on going in and out, it's very hard to break that cycle. Do you know what I mean? And you got obviously the police, the office, the prison guards. Like, you're just gonna come back in. So we have to break that, and we have to show the youth and show that, listen, we can make something from ourselves. We can do what we want.
So if you had a message for anyone at home that's going like in and out of jail and stuff like that, like Likkleman did, how would you get yourself out of that same?
Myself and for Likkleman, I got my message is you have someone like me that's going to lead by example, that's going to show the youth that, listen, you don't have to be doing crime. Like, when you're in there and you're doing a long time in prison, you start thinking about it. No one's there for you inside. So it's very important that you just follow good, positive people. Forget the negative energy.
And what does this mean for, like, Likkleman boxing, like little people boxing? Is this the start of a movement?
Listen,
is this a one-off thing?
This is start of a movement, and I just felt that they don't take Dwarf serious, and even from Likkleman's told me his story, he's been through a lot. Salim's been through a lot as well, and now I get loads of messages like, Dwarves are like, listen, sometimes I wake up in the morning, I don't want to live because people make fun of us. Do you know what I mean? And now they've got something that they can work towards, and it can change their life.
When you spend the night,
change their life.
Inshallah. So you're speaking of Salim as well. We're not really. It's not the Likkleman show, as you're well aware, you know. So, how's your experience been with him? How's it been? How's he been to work with?
Salim is a beautiful brother, man. He's a beautiful brother. His team are genuine, good-hearted people. Do you know what I mean? And when you see him, he's a beautiful brother, man. You see him, he's just very kind. Yeah, man. Big up him and his team. They've flown all the way from France to come here and coming to the UK with how many people behind Likkleman is a lot. And I know he's probably been getting loads of abuse.
Put yourself out there. That's what appears. I'm sure I don't have to tell you about that.
100%.
Do you have a message for any of the fighters or moving forward?
Well, I was just saying, we've got some pictures there of the guys going through their final warm-up. And you mentioned there that the lads don't necessarily get taken seriously, but you have been on the pads with hundreds, thousands of fighters, probably of all kinds of levels, and you've said yourself, this man Likkleman can punch. Make no mistake, there's power in those hands.
He's got the X factor, you know. Maybe it's the short levers, it's attached to his hips. I don't know, but that was not like a normal punch, you know. I've got a few other fighters that I've worked with that they're like, it's just different. I can't really explain the compound movement.
You'll break your fist. You'll break your fist if you get a spud. No one knows.
Do not man.
Yeah, don't do that.
That's some advice for you. Do not do that.
So, Bouncer, in all seriousness, we have waxed lyrical that this Wicked and Bad, it is the start of the movement. It starts something special. But for us guys to say it, it just sounds like words. You are Wicked and Bad. What does it mean, and where are you going with it?
It means everything to me. For example, you look at entertainment, like you saw artists performing. We can put whatever artists we want on our own program. Do you know what I mean? And it's very important that us as a culture, that we come together and we put things out and we get creative, and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and we've had so much positive feedback. So I like to thank the supporters, people that's paid their $4.99 to trust us, and yeah, man, enough love to everyone. Thank you.
Trust, that is a special word. Thank you very much for your time, Bouncer. Try and enjoy tonight, because it looks special, it feels special, but we will let you get on now. Bouncer.
Wicked and Bad, come on, you know.
And we're going to bring in the trainer. Are you coming in, H? Here we come. How has it been for you to train Likkleman? Because it is a new challenge, isn't it? I mean, all trainers, you know yourself, whether it's MMA, whether it's boxing, whether it's kickboxing, you've got these new challenges. This has been a new one for you. How's it been?
It's been quite an experience. It genuinely has been quite an experience. But we've loved every bit of it. The whole team have loved every bit of it. I mean, to be a part of this is the wow factor. This is definitely the wow factor. I mean, if I'm being in all honesty, I wasn't expecting this. I definitely underestimated what these guys are going to be putting together, and this is up there. I mean, like any full-fledged pro fighter would want to be a part of this show. Yeah, so you'd want that.
100%. This is a big show feel, isn't it? You've been to some big shows that didn't look like this.
Well, I see the AJ versus I think it was AJ. Who's the gentleman that came over from, I think it was New Zealand. I forgot his name. Joseph Parker. So I was at the AJ Parker show. Yeah. The last time I see fire shoot out like that, I see, right? I don't want to give too much away for the cameras, but the last time I see that was at AJ Parker show. So the setup is unreal. And I think why that's so important for fighters is because when you come down, you get to see such a setup like that. It's like, hold on, this is serious. This is real. This is proper. Are you with me? And I think that helps the fighters to be like, hold on, we're talking business now. Are you with me? But I can't believe it. Bouncer, Albi, the whole team, the sponsors, Zenz, Shush, all of them. Right? What they've put together here is unreal. It's unbelievable.
And we're just moments away from finding out exactly what they can do in the ring. So how did you and Likkleman get together?
I was brought to a table going on maybe about 3 weeks ago. I was brought to a table about 3 weeks ago, and I had my brother Junaid call me up and say to me, look, we're going to have to come down, have a discussion about boxing and XYZ. I sat at a table and we're talking about dwarfs having a fight. And in all honesty, being honest, right, it is what it is. Like, I've spent the first 3 minutes laughing, right? And I'm thinking, are you guys being serious? And when I look around the table and I see all of their faces just looking at me, staring me down like, no, we're being serious, right? And I then met Aiden himself. I met Likkleman himself. And in all honesty, it didn't sit in my heart straight away. It didn't sit in my heart straight away. I can understand from a marketing perspective and with how entertainment is taking over, that did definitely play a part in my mind, that entertainment now is taking over. People are paying to watch entertainment, right? Are you with me? I got his name wrong the other day. Logan Paul versus KSI. Are you with me? And you got them. You got YouTubers going at it. You got Instagrams going at it. You got all of them going at it. But the common factor in all of these things is it's happening in the ring. Are you with me? It's happening in the ring. So it's helping boxing as well. You'll have people say, well, boxing's dying. It's not dying. We're just bringing more entertainment into boxing.
New eyes and then changing up its model as well. Maybe it just needs a bit of refreshing. There is an opening in the market for the entertainment standpoint. And like from yourself, obviously working with the likes of Conlon, how does the preparation of working with Aiden compared to your work?
Yeah, I'm going to say 100,000,000%. I'm sure Michael Conlon would approve of something like this. Are you with me? And the gang, amazing. But that's what it was. I didn't take it serious at first. The minute Aiden walked into the gym, right, and I held pads for him, and I could see the way he's training, the way he's on the battle ropes, the way he's pushing the sledge, and I walked back, and my brother was looking at me saying that, I told you. And I was like, you're right. He's the real deal. He's athletic. He changes as a person when he walks through the gym doors. He come down to the gym at boxing booth. He changes as a person when he walks through the gym doors.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? You talked about, you admitted that when you first found out about it, you laughed, and there'll be a lot of people who are watching at home, maybe had a morbid fascination. But if this venue and this trainer and everything that we've seen doesn't convince you, it's up to these two now to get in the ring and convince you that everything they've done, everything they've worked for. I mean, if you didn't believe that this was a legitimate show, you wouldn't have got involved, right?
No, this is the real deal. And in all honesty, I don't blame people if it's hard for them to lock in. But I'm saying definitely lock in because this is real. And this is very as real as it can get. And I'm just as excited as a fan, really, because I want to know what's going to happen come a few moments. What's going to happen? Are you with me? I don't see it going the distance. Okay. I don't see it going the distance. He's powerful, man. He's pocket rocket. He's on fire. And I know Salim, alhamdulillah, he's come down. Are you with me? Shout out all of Salim's team, because it's not nice for any of these away fighters to come down and be against the grain. And Likkleman's loved. I'm definitely with him all the way. Our team is with him all the way. And
when you mentioned that it wasn't going the distance, you shook your head then. Is that because you agree or you disagree?
I wholeheartedly agree. I'd bet my life it doesn't go 6 rounds, this fight tonight.
No.
Well, that is fighting talk from you two, but now the time for talking is over. The two fighters are ready. It is the Wicked and Bad World title. So let's go over to our MC, Brian Lacey.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Assalamu alaikum. The time is now for the biggest little fight in history. Brought to you by Wicked and Bad. So without further ado, let's welcome in the blue corner, Salim Chiboub. welcome in the red corner, Likkleman.
Look, I'm thinking of my past, living on my last. I was so broke, nobody giving me a chance. Felt so washed, sitting on my arse, I see niggas getting on. I'm wishing they were dogs, dog, I'm wishing on a star. Vision in my past, I had dreams of getting rich, winning with my dogs. I had it out to here, but being what I can't, I hit the trap, not looking back. Now I'm living like a boss, I fly birds and that's the truth. I'm firing the booth, but it's money over fame. I'm hiring the troops, so the trap's running smooth. And now it's selling loose. When they ask me what I'm on, I say the Cali got me through. I say the Cali put me on. It took my belly off. They want to push my button, so I burst my strally off. But when I'm sitting down, nobody put my family on. I fuck the baddest bitches, nigga, she a stallion. I took risks to get rich. No days off, it's been shift after shift. And you cannot shift. So much weed, and never smoked a spliff. So much calls, and nuts getting missed. I'm trying to flourish in my prime. There's money on my time. I hustle and I grind, so the struggle wasn't nice. Even though I'm on the trap, need some money off my rhymes. When niggas changed up, it's funny all the time.
You know, we see niggas change up a lot over these years, you feel me? We still out here trying to get it, chasing dreams, you know, on the streets.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. This is the main event of the evening. This is brought to you by Wicked and Bad. This bout is set at 48 kilograms and will be contested over 6 2-minute rounds and will be for the inaugural Wicked and Bad World Championship. Your judges are Wayne McKenna, Michael Ryan, and Joel Clayton. Without further ado, let's introduce your fighters. First, in the blue corner, this fighter weighed in at 46.1 kilograms, fighting out of Mahmoudi Gym, representing Algeria by way of France, Salim, little big man, Chiboub! And introducing his opponent in the red corner. He weighed in at 47 kilograms exactly, fighting out of Boxing Booth Gym, representing Coventry and the United Kingdom. Give it up for Likkleman! Your referee in charge, Nico Joker. Yes. Okay, we have the final instructions from Nico Joker between these two fighters. We have Likkleman. We have Likkleman in the red corner, Salim Chiboub in the blue.
I hope you will enjoy it, man. Thank you.
Really relaxed. Made the most of that workout as well, really enjoying this moment. But the time for talk is over, Carl Prince. We are set, we are ready. Round one.
Nice tight guard, looking to control the centre, Salim, looking to absorb maybe Likkleman's inexperience, get some pushes on his gloves, but as soon as he opens up, he collects a right ankle from him.
And we've talked about the power of Likkleman as well, already dug one to the body there, Carl.
Yeah, the very tight guard, walking him down, looking to establish a jab from the southpaw stance, and nice sharp jab by Aiden.
Followed up with a straight to the body
nice
as well,
Carl. I think he's talking throughout, mate, yeah? 1-2 and have a chat, I think that's it. Nice head movement, making Salim miss there. Really sharpened up his skills since I last saw him over 2 months ago. Obviously working with the boots, nice left hand counter, but Likkleman just smiles back.
Smiles back indeed, and this is an interesting start from Likkleman, very composed, bringing the power though.
I see Likkleman's looking to make Salim miss in the first phase and counter, so let's see if Salim picks up on that.
Look at that, there's good movement, Carl. To say that this is his first fight as well for Likkleman.
His eyes are wide open, Brian, he's into this fight already. It might be his first fight, he's looking control and there lands a nice right hand after jab.
And again, that hurt him, Carl. He's got power, he really does carry that. And again, that right hand connects.
Oh, counter back though, that's brought out the dog in Salim. Yeah, here we go, he's throwing that right hand hook. Pushing him back against the cage, you see. And then he gets the tight guard up there, but he knows that Likkleman's going to look to pierce it now. Nice head movement. catches him with a right hook. Oh, big right hand.
And that was timing, Carl. Look how much he's enjoying this moment. Likkleman has taught the talk.
This is his moment. He must feel like he's the strongest guy in there. You don't want him to punch him out, though, getting too enjoying it, like we said before about emotion, Brian, but he looks real composed in there, Likkleman. Experienced beyond his tender age, you know, and tender time in there, but he catches a left hook for his troubles there.
And Salim has had to hit a couple of big shots. And that might even surprise Likkleman as well, that he's been able to take this sort of power.
Yeah, I think sometimes you can pick up your own right hand and think that you just need to land one and then that'll be the fight over. Nice body shot.
Nice end to the round there.
I'll tell you what, Brian, what a great first round.
So we wondered how this was going to play out. And actually, looking at this, there was a lot of people thinking this was not going to be as technical as that. Both of them brought some excellent skills in that first round.
I think you saw the game plan straight away. It looked like Chiboub was looking to get his hands tight and then get forward and all that. And then obviously Likkleman looking to lay back, throws in the second phase and all that. But I think we're going to go to the corners.
Oh, talk us through some of this action, Carl.
You see that controlling the distance quite well. Likkleman is looking to make him fall in and then go off that. I think like quite early on he felt like he had the power. It really looked like he was confident in his power, and they had a difference in the power. And that was going to be the X factor in there. But you see the fighter in Salim. You land one on him, he's going to try land four back on you.
Venom indeed in those shots from Salim. But let's give credit as well to how relaxed Likkleman is. The big question we asked is he's coming with a lot of bravado into this fight, and he's actually been fairly composed. Look like he's fighting at a really efficient rate for his body type. I don't know if you can
see him right now, but he's like gesturing to the crowd. He's really soaking up every moment, enjoying all parts of it. As if, like what we alluded to in the pre-show, you know, I think people are just born to be on certain arenas and in certain venues, and he's fashioned the way to get where he needed to be all along for an indirect route. But here he is, and he's soaking up every little second of it.
And that's where fighting under these rule sets. There's actually 90 seconds in between rounds as well, Carl. So, I mean, that's massive, isn't it? That really, especially when they're fighting at this pace, they've got a lot of time to recover.
Yeah, recover, digest what's occurred, maybe change the plan a little bit with the coaches and all that. So, I think we're about ready for the second round, Brian.
Round two, scheduled for 6 2-minute rounds.
No touch of the gloves, but
no.
Away we go. And short little right uppercut.
And what would you look from Salim to change in this? Maybe bring this pressure that he's doing at the start of the second round.
Yeah, I think that he's got to feint a little bit more, draw Likkleman out, and then catch him in the second phase. See, Likkleman's trying to make him miss, and he's almost going always immediately.
Great head movement there from Likkleman, and digs the body again. A little shake of the head there, but that sometimes means it hurts, right?
Yeah. Or a little bravado looking to bring him on. But see, Likkleman's like eyes are wide open. He's drawing out counters and making him miss. It's a real composed professional performance.
There goes, he's still talking in there.
He's enjoying every shot that lands in here.
Salim pushing forward though as well. He's taking another hard right hand there, Carl.
Yeah. Well, Salim game is a badge, you know, he's not going anywhere for this as long as he can withstand these shots. But you see, he's got a bit of redness on his nose already. It's established from the straight shots by Aiden. Nothing too complicated by Aiden, throwing straight punches and keeping the range. And he's just making Salim fall in with the hooks and uppercuts and short range punches and taking the distance away from him, now controlling the centre. Whereas you looked at the start, and Salim was really trying to control the centre and impose his game plan with tight guard and maybe perhaps tie Likkleman out on his gloves. But great waist movement.
And a big hook there from Likkleman, but Salim just gets out of the way of that one.
I like the angry Batman face that he keeps pulling him as well between punches, but Salim's on his bike, he's walking him down, absorbing shots on his gloves and all that. Maybe the experience will come into play later on in the fight, Brian, but up to now, you wouldn't tell who's had 3 fights and who's had making their debut this far.
There's a lot said in the press conference from Salim about the preparation from Likkleman. They think he's been enjoying himself while training, but Bouncer has been telling me a lot the difference.
Like he's enjoying himself now, Brian, more so.
Oh, now Salim coming with a big combination. Nice work from Salim. 10 seconds left in the second round.
Yeah, Likkleman waving him on, gesturing him on. A little bit of bravado on show from both guys here. Not a surprise in that respect, but
nice.
Together. I would say Salim really put it together towards the back end of that round. He came into the round, the second part of it, you know, but Aiden looking composed, ready to go for the next round already. He's not even got his breath back.
And you talked about the evolution of Salim within that round. A lot of fighting is about making those adjustments, learning while you're in there, and the experience side. 3 fights already that Salim has had. Do you think that's coming into play now? Do you think he's reading Likkleman a little bit?
Yeah, I think it looked a little bit towards the second of that round. He really figured out what was occurring, you know. It's a lot of straight straight punches and a lot of waiting for you to fall in to throw it, and then like, maybe to draw out the first initial counter. So yeah, I think a nice little switch of the game plan and throwing more in flurries. If you watch Likkleman, he throws very little going backwards. But as he's coming forward, he's looking to engage a bit more. But his head movement on the back foot very strong, and obviously his gesture and histrionics even stronger.
Body movement, upper body movement as well. His ducks, his weaves, making those angles. But Salim's still in there, like you said.
I'll tell you what, Brian, for your first fight to actually make anybody miss once with a roll is insane, really, because they're the things that follow out through muscle memory, through having done it over and over. Tires you out too, so missing someone's head and that is really tiring. Everyone's used to hitting a pad, hitting a bag, and it gives back. When you're missing spin through, not only thinking that was embarrassing, you're getting a little bit more fatigue doing it.
And we see H there in the corner of Likkleman. One of the things he talked about with training Likkleman was at the speed of being able to pick up new skills and really take them on board. He said he's got an athlete's mind, a really high IQ when you're talking about physical sports, and he's showing that tonight. Very impressive from Likkleman. Round 3 set to go underway. Hit a wicked and bad, and Salim Chiboub moving forward early. Look at this, a big combination to start with, Carl.
Yeah, pushing him out. A little flurry. Like I said, it's all front foot. Whoever's on the front foot is throwing. So I think what Salim's reinvented is just try to always go forward. You see, when everyone's having success, when you push the other guy back. So let's try hold our feet a little bit, control the centre. You see another flurry coming forward.
Oh, and look at that Likkleman covering up. Nice dig to the body though from Salim. But you can just see there's a big difference in power.
Yeah. 100%. You see, I think he's hurting now the left arm and a right up.
Yeah, he's putting it on him now. Look at
He
it.
doesn't want to punch himself out, or he took a step back, smart of him, but I think he did have him rock there a little bit.
Oh.
But you see, Brian, the difference in strength here. Again, just a slip there, or perhaps a throw down.
Maybe a judo throw there, but listen, Nico Joker will tidy it up in there between these two.
If this was an MMA fight, I would favour the Englishman. Yeah, there's a real big strength advantage, I believe.
And again, Likkleman talking as he comes forward. Oh, Salim, nice digs to the body.
You see Salim's chin does come up a little bit as he's throwing, so that would be an opportune time for Aiden to throw. There you go, nice right hand, but Salim's straight back, It's almost like his ego says, okay, you've got him, but I'm going to get you. He's not worried about what's happened, he's only moving forward and throwing shots. I think Likkleman's getting a little bit tired here now, like falling in with a big overhand right there, but as I said, Salim's chins are there for the taking, and he's a good right hand.
And he connects there on the beard there of Salim.
Turn there, a very advanced little turn in the corner. Nice. Of a style, but you see Salim on the exit looking quite tired.
And if you were to talk about who was going to be the tighter of the two, especially when we're moving into the 3rd, 4th, 5th round, a lot of people expected Likkleman to be there, but like you said, big breaths coming there from Salim Chiboub.
Yes, this is a big occasion for everybody, Brian, and I think obviously halfway through you're getting that little bit of an adrenaline jump. Who can push up from here? Here we go, last little bit of this round, halfway through. Oh, good left hook there. In the pole. Likkleman gets his guard tight. They both look and feel very strong to the body. They're not really interested in what's coming down low.
A little clash of heads there as they came into that corner as well, Carl.
Oh, nice left hand lands again and again to the body. I think they'll stumble Likkleman a little bit, but he's coming forward.
Now that was an action-packed round. They really are heating up, Carl. Difficult to score. I'm not going to put you on the spotlight on you, but this so far, the momentum going backwards and forwards.
Yeah, I think the first round you have to give to Likkleman. The second one was contentious, and again with the third, very close. It depends what you're looking for. You're looking for guys scoring, the guy in the front foot, intelligent pressure or just pressure. I'm actually looking to see if H is doubling up as a welder in the corner here.
Listen, a man of all trades, but his true passion is boxing, and he's really brought the best out of Likkleman here. And now we're getting a look at the work, the handiwork.
You see how organised he looks, Brian. Even just taking punches on your gloves, it can knock you off balance, but his base is good. He's been very well taught. Again, I saw him on the pads about 8 weeks ago, and his level was nowhere near where he's at now. So to improve so much in such a short space of time, it's testament to his training, it's testament to his athleticism. Like I said, just making people miss with head movement, that's really advanced for a novice. You don't see many novices like roll out and counter and all that business. So it's very impressive in both athletes so far.
There we go, we are set
to move on. And that has been an action-packed early few rounds between these two. So impressed with just the focus of Likkleman. Really has risen to this occasion, an occasion where a lot of the weight is on his shoulders as far as promotion. And people are always tuning in to either watch him win or to watch him fail, right?
Yeah, oh yeah, 100%, and he's aware of that. But he's breathing and he's working, he's getting his rest, he's finding his spots and all that. It's, like you said, from both, it's a very professional performance.
So round 4 set to go underway here for the first ever Wicked and Bad World Championship. Look at that face, Likkleman.
Stood right in the centre waiting for him.
Just getting tailed down there by Nico Joker.
Yeah. Looking for the referee to separate him before the fight starts, so here we go.
And off we go.
Nice, looking for that roll into a left hook, great head movement once more. And then you've got to make him miss and make him pay, you know. It's good to make great defence, but you've got to look for counters off that. Great head movement, comes with the left hook, just as I'm saying it.
Very nice winging shots from Salim. A little bit desperate, maybe. Oh, a bit of footwork, isn't it? Oh! I think that was a slip, but maybe.
He scored a slip.
And Salim,
nice, roll body shots now. Salim coming into his own. Doesn't want to punch himself out here. It feels like he's got Likkleman on the ropes, but Likkleman coming forward again.
What a fight.
50-50 battle this, mate. This is two guys leaving it all out there, Brian, and this is what we want to see. This is what everybody's paid their $4.99 for.
And you think about it, Salim, a lot of people say you just come here for a paycheck, but definitely not. He is here to try and steal the thunder of Likkleman to claim that world title.
Two fighters, two competitors, only one winner, you know, and they're both very aware of that. They're leaving it all out there. 1 minute left in this round. Who can steal? Oh, he's spanning round there with a right hook. Oh, he's hitting a big right hand. Yeah, we've got a...
He's first not down on the fight. Oh, he's gone at a slip. But listen, that punch came, that's what turned him round.
I'd like to see the replay on that. It didn't look like he came with the right hand, and obviously, whether it was slip, he's going to obviously appeal that. But it looks like the right hand was what scored the knockdown.
The corner very unhappy.
I think he's going to come out fast here.
Elias Mahmoudi in that corner, but now he's lit a fire under Salim Chiboub.
Well, he catches a nice straight right for his money though there.
Punch for punch, toe to toe, these two are going at it.
These are going to war, yeah. And leave nothing in there, nothing in the changing rooms afterwards. Good start by just playing a little touch, slowing the fight down a little bit here.
And look at Salim pushing forward. This round brought to you by Saliba Music Group. And you can see the frustration there a little bit coming from Salim. But Likkleman looking composed, smile on his face. I think we're going to get a word with Bouncer now. Let's chuck it to Dave.
Well, cheers, Brian. I've managed to track down Bouncer. You can't keep still, mate. We're 4 rounds in. What have you thought of it so far?
Both fighters are amazing. Oh my days, I can't believe it. They are rocking it out.
Did you expect it to be this busy?
I didn't expect it to be like this. This is amazing. Likkleman, that's just started training for like six weeks, and Salim, they both look amazing.
You saw the shot from your man Likkleman. Did you think it was a knockdown? The referee did.
Boy, I'm not gonna be biased, you get me? I'm just gonna not comment on that, but yeah, man, it was amazing.
I've been following on social media throughout the fight. There is so much love for this event, for Likkleman and for Salim, who's just taken a slap off his trainer in the corner there. Have you got a message for those at home who are watching?
Thanks everyone for tuning in. God bless you all, man, and it's gonna be bigger and better, and we're literally changing these two's lives.
Finally, who wins the fight?
Why I'm going to throw it up in the air. But Wicked and Bad Entertainment.
Wicked and Bad Entertainment. Bouncer, cheers. Enjoy the rest of the fight. Brian and Carl, back to you two.
Thanks, Dave. What a fight this has been.
Yeah, we were lucky enough to see a replay of that knockdown as the referee scored it, and I think I'm in support of that. The right hand landed, obviously he span a little bit through himself off bounce of a hook, so I think they'll watch that back and realise that it's quite an easy one to score eventually.
But then when you look at this now, it's lit a fire under Salim. He really has got to do something now if he's got that knockdown against him in round 4. Only 2 rounds left, Carl.
Yeah, this is where the going gets tough, isn't it? And let's see who really wants it. You know, a nice big shot there. A big shot again by Likkleman.
What a chin Salim has got.
Salim lands a nice left hook himself.
Moving forward, he took that really well.
A nice straight right again. It just looks like his levers are a bit longer, don't they, Brian? You know, He's got a bit longer reach and just stood in them shots in there.
And he mixed it up as well. He's been throwing hooks, but that's straight right down the middle. Rocked the head back of Salim Chiboub.
Yeah, great setup. That is 100% his punch, and he's not thrown it for a while. So Salim pouring on it him now, though.
You have to think it's Salim with all to do, and look at that straight right. Ran it through him, and now
He's knocked up the fight out of him. Another right hand. No, left straight, and another one. He's putting back.
Really is rising to the occasion, Likkleman. What a combination that was. Trap Salim in the corner.
No, and stick him up. That one hurt him. And that one hurt him, but he's knocked up the fight out of him.
Nico Joker keeping a big eye on this, making sure Salim is still in there.
Yeah, really enjoying it. Here we go.
40 seconds left.
These guys are really, their stars are shining here, Brian. What a performance by both these competitors.
This is all the talk about this fight not living up to the hype. That can all be put to bed. Oh!
Touchdown there, but referee adjudicates the slip, but he looks a little bit rocked there to me. Salim, 20 seconds remaining in this round. Yeah, another right hand lands, but just rock 'em, sock 'em robots at the moment.
Rock 'em, sock 'em robots. And that right hand is the difference, Carl.
And again.
Oh, he's out on his feet.
And again.
Likkleman looking to fit. Oh, that is it. No, he's doing a standing count. There we go, Likkleman. You can smell blood. This round was sponsored by Play Dirty.
That's the end of the round, Brian. What a great end-to-end.
What a finish there. Absolutely brilliant flurry there from Likkleman. I thought Nico Joker was stepping in to stop it, but he's giving him a standing count.
Yeah.
And look what that means to Likkleman.
In a war of attrition, you know, the power did come through. I thought the power would die out after the first 3 rounds, but I couldn't be further from the truth. I think in order in the 5th round of his debut to be able to land concussive blows like that over and over, that is testament to his training, testament to his preparation, testament to his dedication. I think if anyone's at the couch sat at home thinking their lives are going the wrong way, throw yourself into combat sports, throw yourself into boxing, get yourself to the gym, prove to everybody all the things you say in your head that you can do it. Likkleman's proving it to the whole world tonight. And now tomorrow, Monday, wherever the first time you get into the boxing gym, it's your chance to turn your life around, your chance to change something. Likkleman's putting on a clinic tonight and showing everybody what he can achieve with dedication.
Absolutely, could not have said it better. And this work, this back and forth between the two, sums it up. That right hand kept connecting, Carl. This is the combination at the end of the round.
Just a flurry of right hands, you know, and obviously I think saved by the bell a little bit there, and 5 right hands just thrown there, and then the bell to end the round. You see where he's stumbling off there, arguing with the 8 count, but really doing a bit of a chicken dance as he's doing it.
So we are set for our final round, round number 6 here at the Wicked and Bad inaugural tournament. My goodness, what a battle this has been. 2 minutes left for these men to claim that world championship. So far, it's pretty much been one-way traffic. Likkleman bringing the power, but Salim has got 2 minutes to try and turn this round, Carl.
Yeah, from the 4th round, you know, Likkleman really steps on the gas. He's found a home for that right hand, and Salim not really got an answer for it. He probably needs a stoppage now to win this fight.
Oh, and still the power. He's just getting no respect for his punches from Likkleman. From
just
Salim.
waiting for him, yeah. Likkleman's maybe a little body shot here. We'll finish the battle, but left up. The referee waves off the ball, Brian.
That's it. What a moment. Likkleman takes the world championship, takes the victory, answers all the haters. My goodness, Carl, what a fight.
What a fight indeed, Brian. It was really, really well deserved. To be honest with you, I thought Likkleman was the guy that would die off between the 4th and 6th round, and quite the opposite was happened. His power wore down Chiboub, who was looking visibly upset. You know, a big shame from him. He's left it all in there. Those first 3 rounds was very, 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 very competitive, but just the power shone through in the end, and the death by 1,000 cuts at the end, and Likkleman reaping the rewards of such a great performance.
Fantastic stuff, and there's his hand held high. The culmination of all that hard work.
A nice bit of sportsmanship at the end. That's what we want to see, Brian. All the pushing and shoving behind, but they've got each other's respect tonight. And I tell you what, Likkleman's got the world's respect with that right hand. Drop you like a box seat.
And now, do you believe us? You said at the very beginning of this, it felt like a special event from the very beginning, but it was up to the 2 men in the ring to prove to the world that they were serious contenders, and that was a serious performance from both men, really.
Yeah, but for the first 2 rounds, they were very competitive. I probably had Salim edging the second and third round, obviously, and then from there, just really poured it on from there, Aidan. The fourth and fifth and the sixth round, his excess power really shone through, and that was the finishing point of the fight. We're going to look where the referee stepped in here. Salim going out on his shield, swinging for the fences, but just too much straight shots, too much power here, and thankfully the referee steps in. We didn't want to see any more. What a great contest from both these guys, Dave.
Absolutely fantastic, and what a debut for Likkleman. I've been keeping my eye on social media throughout the bout. There has been so much support for both men, so much support for the event, and I heard you talking about the positives that combat sports can have on your life. This is evidence of that. I mean, very often it sounds like hyperbole when we say history in the making, but that's what this has been. Positive messaging from the very beginning.
How can you not be inspired by this? You know, I've been around the sport for like 15 years or so, and that is the first of the kind that I've seen itself, and I'm inspired by it. You know, I'm inspired by these guys.